The top of your head's cut
All right.
off. Is that okay?
Now, I have an oddly shaped head. I don't care. That's fine.
All right. So in the early 90s when I was in high school, we used to hang around at the mall because that's what people did, right? And I also used
Yeah.
to smoke a lot of marijuana. I used to smoke a lot of pot. I used to smoke it pretty much every day. But there was this kid that we knew, and his nickname was Heat Score. And the reason why his nickname was Heat Score is because he couldn't keep it together when he'd been smoking. So this guy would always lose his mind. So one day we were at the mall and we were ordering some Manchu Wok, which is a Chinese restaurant in Canada. I don't know if it's a Chinese restaurant in the United States, but it's in pretty much every mall. Like it's a food court staple. You can get
We
some,
have we have Panda Express here.
there you go. You could get some fried rice, you can get some chicken balls, and from what I understand, Jeff doesn't know what chicken balls are. In Canada, I thought it was an American thing too, but maybe not. Um, There are some little chunks of white chicken meat, of white chicken breast meat, that are rolled up in batter and they're deep fried, and those are called chicken balls. And they're a pretty popular thing. And one day we had just been enjoying our lunch break with some herbal inspiration, and Heat Score went up to the counter at Manchu Walk to order some chicken balls. And when the lady asked him if he wanted sauce on his balls, he lost his mind, pissed his pants, and ran out of the mall. And that's the story of Heat Score and the chicken ball piss pants.
Oh, that's just the stuff that dreams are made of, right there.
It's something that I'm still talking about nearly 30, well, no, over
Yeah.
30 years later. So there you go,
Yeah.
right? It's the life experiences.
Absolutely.
Welcome back to Bottom of the Barrel.
Hi, I'm Jeff.
And I'm Ben, and we're scraping the bottom of the barrel to come up with the best worst movies that we can possibly think of.
Because just like us, you may take great pleasure in these things for whatever reason.
So, Jeff, I believe that you've watched the greatest movie that you've ever seen in your whole life. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
Yes, that is my opinion. The movie in question is Vampire Time Travelers. I just said Time Travelers.
Yeah.
That's not the name of the movie. The name of the movie is Vampire Time Travelers. A couple notes on that.
Yeah.
While it is a fitting title for the movie, I don't think it's the title they should have gone with.
No.
Because anytime there's time travel in the title, it brings more things like different things to mind, like the time machine, the time traveler's wife.
Yeah.
There's also a book called the Time Traveler's B Movie Blog, written by a guy that I know.
Okay.
Bald
That's
head,
cool.
beard. Yeah, great book. If you should happen to look it up on Amazon, and so it's not really a time travel movie. It's a vampire comedy
Yeah.
with elements of time travel. But be that as it may, don't let that dissuade you from watching the movie.
Yeah.
So the movie's from 1998. And one of my favorite things about it is right off the bat, you say this looks like a movie from 1988, but no, it is 1998. Directed by a guy by the name of Les Seckley.
Yeah.
Never heard of Les Seckley before, but I have heard of the director of cinematography, Dennis Devine.
Yes.
I don't know if
Yeah.
Dennis Devine. Now, I am staunchly opposed to any of the Camp Blood movies that are not one, two, and the original part three. That has no a lot of people don't even know about. It's called Within the Woods.
Okay.
But Dennis Devine did direct the two most watchable Camp Blood sequels, so he has that going for him.
Yeah.
I don't expect everybody to have opposition to those movies quite like I do. So kudos to Dennis Devine for directing the two good ones,
Yeah.
good-ish ones. Anyway,
Would you say that after watching this movie, you would actually like more Seckley?
yes. Was that a pun?
That
Did
was
I
a
miss
pun.
something?
Well, it was directed and written by Les Seckley. It kind of sounds like you
Oh,
want more Seckley. I could have done a better
Oh,
job at setting that one up, to be perfectly honest.
and
But yeah,
it was perfect. Great that you did,
yeah.
because the amount of puns that are in this movie.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I wrote most of them down in my notes, so
Oh,
you will
that's
be
good.
subjected to hearing them again.
Thank God you did that.
As usual, I watched this with Melanie, and the parts where I was laughing were the parts where she was looking at me very angrily.
To give you an idea of what kind of humor we're getting into here, folks, if you are of a certain age, if you're over 40, you're probably aware of a little program called America's Funniest Home Videos. That was a show starring Bob Saget where he showed off videotapes from families that sent them in where, something maybe funny happened, but the comedy was generated by the people creating the videotapes. They had a less funny offshoot called America's Funniest People, where all of the humor was people trying very hard to be funny. And when people try very hard to be funny, it's not funny. And guess who
Mm,
wrote for that show? Les Seckley. That's who. He wrote for that show. Proceed.
okay. So we cut things up. We start things off with just a black and white shot of this little girl holding a teddy bear, I believe, opening a door. We don't know if that's part of like the film company logo at this point. It's not. It does come into
Yeah.
play, but it's never really explained. And then we cue the credits, where we get the title card, Vampire Time Travelers. And then in, I believe, the Comic Sans font, we
Yeah.
get, what do we get?
Biter in the butt.
Yes, a phrase which we will hear again
And again.
multiple times.
And again. And we may even get a music video about it.
We might get a music video, yeah. So I love the credits that we get, because they just used, I don't know what it's called. It's like a light reversal effect that makes it like everything kind of look like an X-ray or like a film
Yeah.
negative,
I don't know what that's
whatever you
called
call
either.
that.
Yeah. We're not video
That's
people.
how they made the credits nice and spooky. And then we get a text crawl. Some years ago, the Alpha Omega sorority was being terrorized by a vampire named Natalia. She was eventually destroyed. Dot dot dot. But Natalia had a sister.
Yeah.
So we are brought right into the movie where we have, before I knew the name of the character, who was Lorelei,
Yeah.
who was Natalia's vampire sister, I referred to as 90s hair vampire chick. There's no way to describe her hair other than 90s. I don't know,
Yeah.
teased. I don't want to say feathered, but it's
No,
teased
because it
or
wasn't quite
something.
80s. If it was 80s, it would have been feathered with the hairspray. It was
Yeah.
something else. And you'll see it. I'm going to put it in here so that you can actually see it. So,
So Lorelei, our vampire, she's terrorizing some girl.
yeah.
I don't know who. There's a couple of dead victims on the floor with the girl. But then one of the victims, bleeding from the neck, wakes up and starts speaking to vampire Lorelei in a foreign tongue.
Yeah.
So we don't know who that is, but Lorelei says, "Oh,"
Talking through the dead again, are we?
so she knows who's talking to her through this corpse, but we
Mhm.
don't.
Right. All we
And
know
then
is
she
that
asks,
whoever this ghost is that's talking to her has two Scottish henchmen.
Irish.
Irish. Sorry, I didn't
Yes,
recognize the Irish.
and they were the worst Irish accents I've ever heard. About as good of a one as I can do, and that's
Okay.
not good. So, um, Lorelei tells this talking corpse, or the person talking through the corpse, to go to hell. We get the dramatic
Been there.
Yeah.
response. So then the goons come in to grab Lorelei.
Hey, so what do we do with her?
The Irish goons. They have this brilliant idea to put her in a coffin and place a crucifix on top of it.
Right. Because you can't get out of
Um,
that.
yeah, and they make a point to say, as long as the crucifix is on top, she can't get out. And that's as good of an Irish accent as I can do, which is just about as good as the one you get in the movie.
As long as the crucifix is on the coffin lid, she'll never get out.
And then we cut back to where the ghost talking through the dead body tells the chick in the room that she
I think you need a new roommate.
whatever the hell that means. Few years later.
Yeah.
We get the text that says few years later.
Yeah.
We've got some girls, and they are preparing for a sorority initiation. One is Jenna, and the other is Sam. So while they're getting ready, they're packing their bags and everything. Jenna, the tall one, starts hearing some spooky noises and looks to the closet.
Yeah.
And this is why taking notes on this movie was so difficult. The scenes are so short.
Yeah.
And like once the next scene is already over while I'm still taking notes on the scene before it.
Yeah. If you're old enough that you watched kids programming in the 90s, this was edited like a kids show in the 90s. It's all jump cuts everywhere. Anytime anyone says anything, it's punctuated with a sound effect, a guitar riff or a wow or something like that. It's so infuriating to watch. It's insane.
So then we learn that the main character, the heroine, if you will, her name is Sue Ann Marie. She goes by Sam.
Yep.
And she had an older sister who was in the Alpha Omega sorority. Her name was Buffy.
Yeah. Guess what she did, everybody?
And now you might be saying, well, see, I was thinking that this predated the show Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I can't remember if Buffy started in 98 or 97, but either way, they were probably referencing the movie.
Yeah.
Because if you were around for about 6 months in whatever year that came out, that movie was a pop culture phenomenon.
Yeah.
It was all, in America at least, that was all you heard about for most of that year was the movie
in
Buffy
Canada
the Vampire
too.
Slayer.
Yeah, even Slash was in that thing.
Slash was? I haven't
In
watched
Buffy
it in
the
a while.
Vampire Slayer movie? Yeah, when they were doing the prom, he was the DJ. So you didn't have the hat on or anything, like you just saw his face and he was the DJ. Yeah.
Of course, I remember Pee Wee Herman being in it.
Oh yeah, best death
Rest
scene
in peace,
ever.
gang.
Yeah.
So Sue Ann Marie, we learned about her sister Buffy, who was part of that sorority. She might have killed the vampire Natalia, who was stalking the sorority.
Yep.
We find out more about that later. But then we're brought back to Lorelai in her well-concealed coffin with the great security system of a crucifix on top of it.
Yeah.
Well, a crucifix is no match for two horny teenage boys looking for some new penthouse mags.
Yeah.
We see them sitting in one of their driveways reading magazines that they refer to as play guys.
Yeah.
And a hooded man appears behind them and says,
"More magazines at the Crenshaw place. More magazines at the Crenshaw place."
The old Crenshaw place.
Yeah. So and now we learned in the movie Scary Tales that there's nothing more fun than looking at porno mags and getting an erection with your friend.
You're damn right.
Yeah.
And these kids, they weren't even at work. They were on their own time.
Yeah. They were doing it for the love of the game.
Damn, son.
Of course, they know where the Crenshaw place is. They go in, they find the room with the coffin. What do? Thinking that they're going to find a stash of porno mags in the coffin, they take the lid off. Lorelai sits up, and one of my favorite quotes in the movie was one of the kids saying, do you remember what he said?
I don't remember. You're going to have to tell me.
Well, she sits up, flashes her fangs, they freak out, and the kid says,
"Must be a special issue."
I did not remember that at all, so...
So, in the ongoing rapid bounce back of scenes, we're then brought back to some other young women getting ready for, we're brought back to Jenna and we brought to Jenna and Jenna's roommate.
Yeah.
Jenna's roommate is not attending the
Okay. I wasn't
ritual.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah, she was not attending the
It's an
initiation
initial.
ritual,
There you go. It's an
or
initial.
what you will.
That's smart. I think
And
it's better to combine the two.
yeah, and wait, there she was not attending the initial, and
Yeah.
I'm coining that term now.
Yes.
But suddenly the lights go out, though you don't really see the lights go out. There's a power outage, and yeah, Jenna hears that vampire hissing again.
Yeah. So what
And
happens here? What happens after she has hears that hissing? Because I was very confused. I wrote that she turned into a goth and started pulling words out of a top hat. But was that her or was that someone else?
no, that was someone else.
Okay.
Yes, that was
Movie's crazy.
Vaughn.
Yeah.
Vaughn, who we later will know to refer to as Mommy.
Yeah.
She's sitting on a lawn. We don't know who she is yet,
Yeah.
but she's got these cards with words on them. Overcome, key,
Yeah.
fulfill, and revenge.
Right.
Whatever the hell that means. That's 5 seconds. We cut back to Lorelai. She's polishing her coffin.
Yep.
I think she's got like a Windex bottle
That's what
out.
you got to
and she's
do.
rubbing
You want
it
to keep
down.
your bed clean, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And she hears her sister Natalia speaking to her from the dead, but this turns into an argument of semantics as Natalia says, "Well, no, I'm not dead. I'm undead." And she says, "Well,
Is that like a zombie?
No, they're the living dead.
And then,
ghosts are mega dead or
Yeah.
something."
How come I never knew any of this before?
It's a dead issue.
I wrote in my
Anyhow.
notes that whoever was writing this was high as shit.
Oh, for sure. Les Seckley was smoking the ganj.
And he might have, with the jump cuts and everything, he might have been doing a little bit of, the white powder
Yeah.
too, if you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
there might have been some uppers involved in the
Yeah.
making of this
Mhm.
glorious film. So once again, we bounce back right to another scene. We're back to the sorority girls.
Yeah.
One of them is doing the worst pantomime job of shredding this
Oh my
nasty.
God. Oh,
It's like the one of the Kirk Hammett solos at the beginning of Am I Evil?
Shots fired! Shots fired!
It's something like that, but she is not matching up to it. But God bless her for trying.
Something that you're going to realize, people, when you're watching the clips of this movie in this video, you've probably already realized it by now, but this looks like 90s pornography.
Oh my.
It absolutely does. There's nothing that looks more like 90s pornography than this other than 90s pornography itself. It's crazy.
But there's a rumor that this hour and 6 minute movie was trimmed down from 90 minutes and that contained some actual pornography.
So if you have the VHS, please send it to us.
I mean, do we have confirmation on that though?
I don't know if it's true. I mean,
Okay.
how much of what you read on the internet can you believe anyway, right?
Every word of it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then it's true. It is absolutely true.
Okay.
And if you have the
So,
VHS,
yeah.
if you live in the continental United States, please send it to Jeff. And if you live in Canada, please send it to me. There you go.
And it's not because I am a fan of pornography. I just
Right.
I'm not fond of censorship, and I want to see every movie in its truest form.
Yeah.
Has nothing to do with boobs and batches.
Boobs
So-
and patches.
I bring us back to the girl playing the guitar. I don't. I meant to look up what her name was, but I just call her Guitar Chick.
Yeah. Did I ever
Which-
write her name down? Zoe. Zoe's her name.
Oh, that's funny. I wrote Zoe plays guitar, but I thought it was just I was mistyped. She plays guitar.
No, it's Zoe.
But
Zoe plays guitar.
all the
Zoe
same,
plays guitar. Maybe it was supposed to be like Ziggy, right?
Possibly.
Yeah. That's the only singing
Um,
you're ever going to hear from me on this channel.
But I will only refer to her from now on as Guitar Chick.
Okay.
So she's with Sue Ann Marie, who goes by Sam. She introduces herself saying, just call me Sam. And then we meet Heidi, who is this my favorite character in the movie, just absolutely adorable. I'm not saying I have a weakness for women with dorky glasses, but I do. And so I really wanted Heidi to be the star of this movie. Sadly, she was not, but
No.
she was a tennis star,
Yeah.
which we'll learn all about later. And she explains with a grimace on her face that she used to play tennis. She no longer does.
I used to play.
In a way that we know that is going to come into play later. Okay, so Lorelai the vampire is
Yeah.
talking to her sister again and saying that she will avenge her. She will get revenge on Buffy. But Natalia explains that she needs to get revenge on Sam, Buffy's sister, who is close by. And there's some discussion of the poeticism of her getting revenge for her sister on someone's sister. And then there's a joke.
You sure it's not Muffy?
I'm not sure if
Yeah.
that is a joke. Is that a pubic hair joke? I don't know.
I think it's just
But
a joke because it rhymes with Buffy. It's very strange. Side note here. Do you think that the actress that played Lorelai is the same actress that played the mouth of Natalia, just doing a different accent? That's what I thought.
no, it's the same actress who plays Sam.
Oh, okay.
If you watch the end credits, they show the
Yeah.
mouth, and it
Oh,
says
okay.
also, and it was the same name as the actress who plays Sam, like JJ something.
Okay. I'm gonna give you a little hint, a little secret here that as soon as this movie ended, I couldn't turn that thing off fast enough.
I love this. We did movies to the last two videos we did were one
Yeah.
that the other person hated.
Flip-flopping. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. It makes
Um,
for good and it makes for entertaining viewing.
Yeah, and also, I got to give a shout out to my friend Damian Casey, who
Yeah.
sometimes does some of my book covers.
Yeah.
Who sent me a clip of this movie and is responsible for
Oh,
bringing it into my life. So
that's who it came from. I'm Facebook
yeah,
friends with that guy too. Hello, Damien.
thank you, Damian.
Thank you, Damien.
You'll get a cut of the royalties from this video for
Yeah.
sure.
Guess what? I'm demonetized. No, well, I'm not demonetized. I just have not been monetized. Let me clarify that. Maybe one day I'll be sending Jeff royalty checks of 10 cents a month.
Well, I don't know how the conversion rate would work. For the American dollar, that would probably be negative, and I'd probably
Oh,
end up owing you money back.
does YouTube pay Canadians in American dollars? I don't know. That is a good question. Maybe one day I'll find out. Probably not. Okay.
So, Jenna, the tall one,
Yeah.
crosses paths with Heidi, the geek, in the hallway. They bump into each other. She refers to Heidi as the geek.
Yeah.
She hates her. She laughs at her for pledging to be in this sorority.
Yeah, it's not cool, man. I
Yeah.
don't like bullying. Bullying is bad.
Yeah.
She's really tall.
Jenna's
Yeah,
really
Jenna's
tall. Yeah.
really tall. It's crazy.
Quite tall.
Yeah.
Apparently, they all live, even though they hate each other.
Yeah.
They live in the same house. I guess it's like a college apartment. But they bump into each other and next, like, surprised to see each other. Anyhow,
Yeah.
that's when a buff man shows up to fix the power. Introduces himself as the Light Man.
If you've ever, there's no actor who looks more like, I said that there's nothing that looks more like 90s pornography than this movie, other than 90s pornography. This guy looks so much like what I would imagine a male porn star from the 90s would look like. He's got a tight, greasy ponytail that's tight to the back of his head. He's tan, he's like fake tanned. He's wearing Zubaz, you know. It looks like he's got a fanny pack on too, I think. Yeah.
I thought he was wearing dad jeans, like very tight dad jeans.
Maybe later he's wearing the Zubaz, I'm not sure. Because we've seen
I'm
more.
sure there was. We don't get to see his batch, unfortunately.
No.
Um,
I can imagine that it's huge though.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
So we learn, well, we don't learn shit. We
Yeah.
just learn that he's the light man, and
Yeah.
then suddenly they're all at the place and they're on the couch, and the initiation or the initial is
Initial.
starting.
Yeah.
And that's when Vaughn, we learn who the woman who was outside on the lawn with the cards with the words on them is Vaughn. She introduces herself and she says, "You can just call me Mommy." And she hands them each the cards from the hat. She seems to know something about Sam and her
Yeah.
sister Buffy. And we learn that Buffy is now a rocket scientist. And then she explains that Buffy killed the vampire Natalia, who
Yeah.
was preying on them.
That doesn't make you special.
Then she breaks out the cards. And one of those words, it was key, fulfill, revenge, something, overcome.
Yeah.
That word is a task for the person who gets the card. And they have to complete that task by the morning, and they will be accepted as alpha omegas.
Yeah.
So Sam, our protagonist, she gets the word key, and she's told, I'm laughing about this already. She's told that hidden somewhere
Deep in the bowels of this house.
is the key to a trunk. The trunk is in the room.
Yeah.
And she can, when she gets that key, she can unlock that trunk, and then, she'll figure it out from there. And she ends the scene by saying,
And if you need anything at all, tough shit.
so Heidi, the geek, she got revenge, and Jenna got overcome. And Zoe, the guitar chick, got fulfill. Or something like that.
I think it was flip-flopped.
Yeah, no. Zoe, the guitar chick, gets overcome.
Yeah.
So it's nighttime now, and Lorelai is outside the house, and this movie is really kicking into high gear. She tries to turn into a bat to fly into the house, and she fails and falls flat on her face. So Natalia, her dead vampire sister,
Yeah.
shows up, and Lorelai says, "I'm sorry, I can only turn into a bat 25% of the time." What does Natalia say? "That's a pretty lousy batting average."
I blocked that out.
How do you not love this movie?
Oh man. You know what? It might have been better for me if it wasn't punctuated with a wow after she said it.
That only makes it all the better. All I can say is I ordered this Blu-ray from Visual Vengeance the second the movie was over, and I cannot fucking wait to watch it again. And I'm gonna make Melanie watch it with me,
Oh boy.
and she's probably gonna leave me. So the next scene, things get stupider. Lorelai the vampire appears over Sam,
Yeah.
who is sleeping. Now, if you were given a task that you had to complete before morning to get accepted into the sorority, obviously the first thing you're going to do is go to bed.
Yeah.
But for some reason, Lorelai cannot bite Sam. Why is that? Well, Natalia checks in and tells her sister Lorelai that Sam's blood is the blood of a powerful enemy, so she's got to build up her strength by biting
Yeah.
some others.
She's been asleep for too long at this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then Zoe, our guitar chick, is also asleep.
Yep.
And she's dreaming about this record executive guy who talks like Snagglepuss.
Okay. Who's
who I believe is Les Seckley. I believe he was the writer director of the movie.
He is Les Seckley.
And so he's got this Snagglepuss thing going. Whatever. So Zoe wakes up, she takes a shower. Lorelai shows up to try to get some practice to get her chops back up at
She wants to
biting
get her
victims.
groove back. She's like Stella.
Yeah.
She wants to get her groove back.
Absolutely, like
Yeah.
so. But for some reason, it's not working for her to bite her either. She's biting her neck, and much like Sam did, Zoe starts laughing as this vampire is unsuccessfully trying to bite her
Because
neck.
it tickles. It's got to tickle, right?
I would imagine so.
Yeah.
I would love for a hot '90s vampire chick to show up and try to bite me. So Natalia checks in and says, "You must be Rusty." There's only one way that she can successfully bite Zoe. And how is that, Ben? How can she do that?
Bite her in the butt.
So unimpressed, Zoe, the guitar chick, turns around and her butt is successfully bitten.
And it's not just Natalia telling her. They get the opinion of the Dark Master, who's somehow also on the line.
Yeah.
He's on the call somehow. And between Natalia and this guy, they probably say bite her in the butt 25, 30 times. And it's just like that.
Bite her in the butt.
Bite her in the butt.
Bite her in the
Yeah.
butt.
Bite her in the butt.
Bite her in the butt.
They even have diagrams too. There's drawn diagrams of like the way Donald Trump drew that Epstein letter, with the outline of a woman, and there's a big X on the butt, and that's where you're supposed to bite. Just in case you didn't know where the butt was, bite there.
Right on the soft part of the cheek.
Yeah, right on the soft part of the cheek. Not on the left, not on the right. Certainly not in the middle, but just on the soft part of the cheek on the outside.
Yeah, that's a different meal entirely.
Butt scratcher!
So Jenna, the tall one, is going downstairs. She gets down to the bottom of the stairs. A guy in a mask pops out of the closet, or she opens the closet for some reason, and there's a guy in a mask in there.
Yeah, and what's his name, Jeff?
The man in the closet.
Genius.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's explained rather quickly because this is an incredibly well-written movie. He's in there because he was her childhood fear. She was afraid of the man in the closet. She's not scared, though.
Yeah.
I forget why she's not scared.
Probably because she's a big-ass bully now.
Yeah, her initiation task, it was overcome. So
Yeah.
she has to overcome her childhood fear. So they have a little chit chat. He goes back in the closet. That's when Mommy appears, slaps Jenna across the face, and then hands her something and tells her to eat it.
Eat this.
We don't know what it is. We don't know if there's any relevance to that scene whatsoever.
Yeah.
But we'll get back to that.
Yeah. File that in your memory banks, folks.
So, cut back to Sam. She's awake again. She's looking for the key. Lorelai, she's in the kitchen, and Lorelai appears, ready to try again. And this is the scene that my friend Damien sent me that made me realize I needed to see this movie as soon as possible. Lorelai lunges toward her. Sam opens the cabinet and knocks her ass out.
I wrote
Then
Lorelai gets naked gun slapsticked in the face.
Yeah. Then Sam finds a card in the kitchen cabinet that says Bed of Mystery, and Mommy appears again. Then we're catapulted into the vampire trainee scene.
Yeah.
I didn't realize at first that this was Lorelai.
Yeah, it is.
I can't remember the outfit. It's like she had a dunce cap on and
She has
like
to wear a bunny outfit.
she had like a bunny nose on.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that it was her at first.
When you go to vampire remedial studies, you have to wear a bunny outfit. That's the rules.
Okay. And here I am just doing that on my own time. So Natalia is helping to train her how to become a good vampire again. She says turn into a bat. She accidentally turns into a cat, then a hat, and then a rat.
Hello.
And then in
Hello,
frustration,
I'm in vampire remedial studies, folks.
Okay, well, turn into a bat. And then in frustration, she says shit and turns into a pile of shit on the chair.
That was the best joke in the whole movie.
It was, which was followed by something that both me and Melanie puzzled over. And still doesn't make any sense, but we nearly died from laughing at it. Right after Lorelai turns into the pile of shit, you get a close-up of Natalia's mouth, and for some reason she belches. No fucking idea why. But it happened, and I am eternally grateful that it did.
Thank you, Damien.
Okay, so after Sam found the Bed of Mystery card, she is in this dark, misty room, and the sounds of their footsteps sounds like they're walking on
Yeah.
sludgy something. She wants to know what she's stepping on. She said, This sounds wet and sludgy." And mommy tells her to lay down, not lie down,
Yeah.
lay down, which is grammatically incorrect.
Okay.
But it's too great of a movie for me to hold that against Les Secoli. Apparently, this room itself is the Bed of Mystery. We never do find out what is on the floor that's making it sound all squonky and sludgy.
I think it's whatever is in a box later that we see in the box. I think it's the same stuff.
The Gleep.
Yeah, I think it's Gleep.
Yeah, that was an interesting concept that was not fully explained, but that's okay.
Well, what do you expect when Les Seckley is like all railed out of his mind, right? He's just throwing stuff on the wall.
That's what you get. Okay, so she lays down on the floor of the Bed of Mystery. And then man in the closet appears in the next scene to scare Zoe, the guitar chick. She is not scared. He asks why. She explains that she was a man under the bed kind of girl when she was a kid. But all the same, he brings her to the record label guy.
Yeah.
Because she's a vampire now.
Yeah.
Remember, she got bit in the butt.
Yeah, bit in the butt.
Bite her in the butt.
After being bit in the butt, she has her revenge on the record label guy who talks like Snagglepuss.
Yeah. And she apparently turned his receptionist into a vampire too, I guess.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So we get another vampire trainee scene with Lorelai and the teacher Natalia.
Mm-hmm.
And we get some more bad English grammar spelling here. She gets a multiple choice quiz.
Oh, yeah.
And the question is the word coffin. A, sanctuary, or B, cold symptom. Sanctuary is spelled without the T.
Yeah,
So
I noticed that too, but I didn't write it down.
They misspelled sanctuary and just left it in. Keep rolling. Love it. But we learned that she gets them right. She answers all the questions correctly. So her strength is building up because she tries to turn into a bat. And what does she turn into? A baseball
bat. Yeah, I remember that one.
Boy, oh boy.
So she's not quite there yet, but she's honing her vampire skills and she's getting there. So we're back to Jenna, the tall one. For some reason, she's scared by Man in the Closet's new outfit, as would anybody, because he's wearing some kind of a clown suit with his hairy chest on display.
Steve Burkett.
Yeah. Well, no, he did not rock that chest pelt anywhere as lovely, wonderfully as Steve Barquette did. So anyhow, she gets tied up and she wakes up outdoors on a tennis court where Heidi, my favorite character of the movie, is there with her tennis racket. So this is where we get Heidi's backstory.
Mm-hmm.
A year ago, something happened to her on that tennis court. A couple of people in skull masks attacked her, stepped on her shin, and ruined her tennis career.
Yeah.
She can no longer run. Somehow she knew that it was Jenna and her roommate who is still back at their house doing her own thing.
Ooga. Doing somebody else.
So she says, we will get to that. So she explains to her that she can't run anymore, but she can still spike a ball. Yeah. And what does she pull out? A tennis ball with spikes in it.
Yeah.
So she jackhammers one at her, lands right to the side of Jenna's head. Next one goes right to the other side of Jenna's head.
Third time's a charm.
But before she can spike the ball at her, Lorelai comes away and takes her away.
Let me just say that the bullying that Jenna and her friend did to this girl goes far beyond bullying. They actually, they shattered her leg. That's nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
presumably they all lived together too, and then they decided they were going to shatter all the bones in this girl's leg. That's crazy.
Well, they apparently forgot that they lived together
Yeah,
because they were surprised to see each other.
yeah,
Okay. So we're back in touch with Lorelai now, and she is standing behind Sam once again. And once again, instead of going in for the bite, she tries to turn into a bat again, and we get the baseball bat gag again.
yeah,
Not as funny the second time around, but that's okay.
yeah. Maybe they were going for
She
the
still
SNL rule, but then they forgot.
probably.
Yeah, where you do it
Uh,
3 times and then it's
yeah,
funny.
it's the rule of threes in
Yeah,
comedy. Yes, I don't think that applies to turning into a baseball bat. I
it
don't think
might. You never
puns.
know.
It could. Anything's possible.
Yeah.
So she finds out she's still not strong enough. She turns into a bat, but then Sam is intercepted by Mommy again, and she for some reason has a card in her hand that says
Feed the gleep.
So she brings her to the kitchen where there's this strange box. She pulls a dead rat out of it. Uh, I do not understand what the fuck they were going for with this Gleep
Yeah,
thing.
neither did I. It's weird.
So Mommy tells her she has to put her finger in the hole in the box and feed the Gleep.
Yeah.
She does. She only gets a little nip. And Mommy says, well done. And then, for reasons unbeknownst to anybody, Mommy pulls out a gun and shoots her in the face with what I hope was milk. If you can show that clip, and I
can
think
show
people
that
will
clip.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, people will know why I'm saying I think it's milk. I hope it's milk.
It can be whatever you want it to be, but hopefully it's milk.
Right to jail, right away.
So Heidi's a vampire now. She's still walking around even after she gets turned into a vampire. Same
Yeah.
with Zoe. They're still trying to complete their task, even though they've been turned into a vampire.
Yeah, and they
I
still
don't know
look
what
exactly the same. They've just got fangs.
Yeah. So Heidi, who looks really hot in vampire makeup, by the way, she meets the closet man. She explains that she was a boogeyman kind of girl when she was a kid, and we get some backstory of the boogeyman. He changed his name to the Boogeyman because he was originally called the Booger Man.
Wow.
Because when he was a kid, he was always picking his boogers. And Heidi comes in with the line,
Yeah, I bet the kids would always pick on him.
Rim shot.
and then I guess maybe because she was happy that he laughed at her joke, she says,
I need a favor.
which he gives her in the next scene. Cut back to I can't remember her name, but it was Jenna and Heidi's roommate, the one who with the blonde
Yeah.
porn star bangs.
I didn't write Michelle. That's her name, Michelle.
Michelle. Okay.
Yeah.
So if there were truly pornographic scenes that were cut out of this movie, this is surely where one of them was.
Yeah.
Because she just got done getting boned by the light guy.
Yeah.
And they discuss where Jenna and Heidi are. She says they're at some professor's house for a sorority initiation.
Yeah. And the guy's out of town for a few days or something.
Yeah, and she says she thinks his name is Professor Almond.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I got nervous here because I thought a joke that I came up with on my own was actually not my own.
Okay.
When she said Professor Almond. He was named after a nut, and he's a college professor. So he's really not an almond. He's more of an academia nut.
Okay.
That's
But
a
they
Jeff
didn't sing it,
O'Brien
did they?
original.
That's a Jeff O'Brien original, yes. We're gonna mark that at the top, and we're gonna put a little copyright Jeff O'Brien at the bottom.
Yeah, thank you.
Copyright the joke.
Unless it was in some of the footage that got cut out of the movie, they did not say that he is an academia nut, and I still claim authorship of that joke.
Now, I thought they said Dr. Allman, like Greg Allman or Dwayne Allman or something like that, but you heard it better.
Well, I had closed captions on. When I'm taking notes, I always have closed captions on because it helps me remember people's names.
Yeah.
And the caption came up as Almond.
Yeah. All right. So that probably works.
Either way, there was no need to give the guy a name because he's not mentioned or seen ever again anywhere in the movie.
No.
So they're having some postcoital discussion, Lightman and Michelle,
Michelle, yeah.
and he asks her this wonderful question.
So if you're not satisfied with my electrical work, will you take me to circuit court?
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Haha, big funny. So she goes off to the bathroom, and you see her shadow like blow drying her hair,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden she appears behind Lightman. No idea what the fuck that was about. But then maybe my favorite shot of the movie, Heidi in her vampire, with her white vampire face and her glasses looking hotter than ever. She shows up, she punches Lightman right in the face. Hilarious. And she gets her revenge on Michelle, Jenna's roommate, and bites her.
But before that, I wrote down that Michelle got turned on by the nerd after getting railed by the electrician who looked like a porn actor. Does that happen next? Did she? I thought she got turned on by Heidi before she got bitten by her.
She might have. I was taking
Yeah.
notes. I might have missed that.
Okay.
Well, I will be watching
It's
this movie
Neither here nor
a
there.
lot in the future. So, but yeah, that very clearly could have been a pornographic scene that they
Yeah,
took that they
100%.
took out.
Yeah.
One of the greatest things about this movie, though, is it doesn't need any of that.
Yeah.
Even if there were tons of sex and nudity cut out of this movie, it's perfection. Perfection without it. And I would never encourage removing sex and nudity from a movie.
Yeah.
But somehow I have to think it might have made this movie better. So we referenced a music video earlier.
Yeah.
Rather than discuss it, should you just play the video?
I don't think I can because it's got music in it, and music is the most likely thing to get me flagged than anything else. So I can try and put in a little touch of it, but I could get copyright claim. So if you do see a video here of the Biter in the Butt music video, it means that I got past the copyright claim system, and if you don't, it means I got flagged and I had to take it out. All right.
Biter in the butt. Biter in the butt.
If there's a copyright on Biter in the Butt,
You never know. It's the weirdest thing, right?
we should try to get in touch with Les Seckley and see if he'll give us permission.
Les likely probably died of a in 2003. But
Well, if he hears that, he's certainly not going to give us permission.
maybe I'll bleep that out and we'll talk to Les Seckley if he's still around.
Well, it's my goal that everyone who sees this video will buy the Blu-ray from Visual Vengeance.
You put some more money in Les Seckley's pocket.
Yeah. So hopefully you've just seen the music video for Biter in the Butt. And after that, the hooded guy, the Dark Lord or whatever he is, he says he wants to talk to Zoe about something.
Let's talk.
Oh, so in this ongoing catapult of scene to scene action, Lorelai is now with Michelle. And this is one of the most confusing scenes in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Because Michelle is she is now a vampire.
Yeah.
She's just chilling with Lorelai, drinking Lorelai's drinking some blood out of a chalice or a wine glass or whatever. And she runs out, says she needs a refill. And Michelle says,
"Oh, no. You want to drink straight from the carton?"
Yeah, but I thought she was a vampire.
Right, she's a vampire.
Yeah.
Vampires don't drink other vampires' blood.
No, that's weird.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't it does not detract from the glory of this movie.
Right.
But anyhow, she drinks Michelle's blood, and then maybe the trick was she needed to drink vampire's blood because then she finally successfully turns into a bat, an actual bat with wings that can fly.
Now she's strong enough.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, so what brings us back to Sam? She's had enough. She's packing her bags. She's ready to get out of there. Then suddenly Heidi shows up with her tennis racket. What's the deal? She's pissed. She does not want Sam to leave. She starts choking Sam, but then man in the closet, who happens to be under the bed, pulls Heidi under the bed because he's pissed because she tried to hurt Jenna, and Jenna was one of his kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was a man under the bed, a man in the closet kind of kid. But he explains that the man under the bed is letting him crash at his place for a while. Long story short, he pulls out this like little chainsaw and cuts Heidi's wrist off. So I don't know if that kills a vampire, but she certainly can't play tennis anymore.
Yeah. Just a body part flings out from underneath the bed.
So we're getting towards the denouement now.
Yeah.
When Lorelai shows up and attacks Sam, but then Jenna saves her. Jenna, the tall one, pops in, saves her, but nope, she's not really saving her.
Yeah.
She flashes her fangs, and that because now she's a vampire, she wants Sam all to herself. So Sam runs back into the bed of mystery room with the sludgy floor.
Yeah, that we don't know why or how or any of that business, but yeah.
No. If maybe the explanations were cut out of this movie, but we still don't know what's up with the bed of mystery room.
Yeah.
We don't know what the stuff on the floor is. And Jen is flashing her fangs, ready to kill Sam. But then Sam says, "Bluefish," which was one of the words that was said during the Feed the Gleep scene.
Yeah, so that's why I was confused. That's why I thought that maybe the goopy stuff on the floor of the bed of mystery was the same stuff that's in the Gleep box, but we sound like we're on crack talking about this shit, right? So
yeah. So when for some reason when she says bluefish, maybe that I think maybe that was the word that was said when she put her finger in the Gleep box and the Gleep bit her finger.
I'm not sure.
It's pointless to even ponder the matter any further because we'll never get an answer. So when she says bluefish, Jenna blows up and dies. Well, not blows up. She burns up.
Yeah.
And falls to the dirty, jizzy floor of the bed of mystery room, and she dies. And in her burnt out body, in her guts, Sam finds the key.
Yeah.
So,
which brings up a question.
Yes.
If your friend died right in front of you, would you start going through their guts?
I mean, if they were a vampire, if you turned into a vampire, tried to kill me, I said bluefish, and then you burst into flames, I'm gonna see what I can find inside you.
You're gonna get up in them guts.
I am. Let's not take that any further than we just did. Okay. Dawn and Melanie would love to hear that conversation. So she finds the key in Jenna's burnt out guts. So we learn then that the thing that mommy told her to eat was in fact the key.
Yeah.
So I didn't think much more of that yet. So she grabs the key and she goes to open the trunk with it. And there are vampire killing tools in it. So she brings them up to her room where there's this book that we forgot to mention. Not really important until now. There's a book. There's a vampire textbook or something. And she starts reading in a foreign language. Lorelai shows up, like summoned by the book, I guess. And suddenly they're outside in the daylight and they fall into a pool together. Only Lorelai's face burns up. And so I'm starting that over. So Sam takes the key and she goes and unlocks the trunk. Yeah. There are these vampire killing tools in it, like a mallet, a stake, a couple other things, I think. So she brings them up to her room in the sorority or the professor's house. And she reads from the book in this foreign language, and she summons Lorelai by reading from this vampire book.
Yeah.
In this strange vampire foreign language. So Lorelai, of course, shows up, but then suddenly I think they plunge out the window, and they're out in the broad daylight, and they fall in the pool.
They time travel. That book makes them time travel forward a couple of hours.
Yes, and somehow makes it so that they can live in daylight.
Yeah, I don't know why it took them
or something.
outside, but all of a sudden it was daytime.
Yeah. So just Lorelai's face burns up in the sun, and then after they get out of the pool, this really cool scene where the vampire weapons appear like a weapon in a video game.
Yeah.
Like when you kill the monster, the sword appears on the floor and you can use it. So she also sees the book appear the same way, and you get this great visual of she reads. I think it sounded like she said
Dead most name.
but the captions didn't pick that up. It just said foreign language,
Okay.
and Lorelai just burns the fuck up. Great visual.
Yeah.
This ashy skeleton vampire corpse. And so then she's back in her room, and Vaughn appears, telling her, "Congratulations, you passed the initiation. You're an Alpha Omega. You're also a vampire, I guess." So many things happening. So Sam wakes up, and she's in Lorelai's coffin. She's tied up, and
Yeah.
she's at the old Crenshaw place in a coffin.
For the folks at home, so much stuff happens near the end of this movie that I couldn't even keep up at all in my notes. I just
This
focused on
movie has
confusing
more endings than Clue.
Yeah.
There were at least 5 times I thought the movie was over, and then something else happened.
So many false endings. It's like a wrestling match.
Cool story, bro.
So she's told that she's an Alpha Omega by Mommy or Vaughn, whoever you
Yeah.
want to call her. She tells her to meet her new sisters, and one of them has like a trench coat on, and they've all got like sunscreen
Yeah.
and masks on to keep them from the sun. And Sam says to Vaughn, "Oh, that was a really clever move, having Jenna eat the key. What was the point of that?"
Yeah.
And we get brought back to my favorite line, which is,
Well, I did say it could be in the bowels of the house.
She wasn't lying. It's true.
Oh, I love it. Then we get the whole spiel that I'm not even going to get into because it makes no fucking sense about how the book is the time traveling vampire book that helps them time travel into the daytime where they can
Yeah, it's nonsense. It's bullshit.
live in the sunlight. Who cares? Whatever. That's why they shouldn't have called it time traveling vampires, because it was the least important thing about the movie.
Yeah.
So V goes to bite her, but then who shows up?
Light man.
The Light Man.
The Light Man.
Why do they call him the Light Man? Because he pulls the curtains off the window, the light shines in, killing the vampires, and introduces himself as the Light Man.
The Light Man. He brought the light.
Yeah. Although V survives it and runs outside, but then runs right back inside, and she knocks out the Light Man.
But
then we
they
get the
told us
final
why she
fate.
can survive outside, though, because she's got the S gene.
Yes.
Yeah. Like Blade the
I forgot.
Daywalker.
Yeah. So we get the final face-off where Sam runs back. She runs from the old Crenshaw place to the bed of mystery room. Sam hits Vaughn in the heart. She spikes her with a spiked tennis ball with the racket that Heidi left behind. So she pulls it out. You think she's gonna live, but then she starts drooling green shit.
Yeah.
Not from her mouth, not from the wound in her chest, but like from right here.
Like here, yeah. It's so weird.
But then
I
she
guess
dies.
it's lucky that the spike in the ball must have been made of wood or something.
Silver, maybe. So
maybe.
I don't know. She says thank you. Thank you, says Sam to the Light Man, and then we learn the identity of the Light Man, Burke Devlin, vampire hunter.
That's his name.
Yeah, Burke Devlin. He asks Sam if that wound on her neck is okay, and she says, "Oh, it's just a scratch." But then she flashes her fangs. She has really puny little pathetic fangs.
Yeah.
You almost couldn't see them.
She's gonna have to bite people in the butt for a while.
But as she turns into a vampire, Burke Devlin turns into a werewolf and explains that he was taking part in his own initiation to join the werewolf fraternity. Then guitar chick Zoe shows up. She tells him that she's got a gig in hell and that she fulfilled her dream of life and death. And at this point, this is the second time I think the movie's over. Sam wakes up, goes to the bathroom to take a shower, but then she sees a dead version of herself from the future telling her not to go to the initiation tonight.
Yeah.
Lorelai appears and bites her. Okay, that's the end. No, that is not the end. Sam wakes up again, and it was at this point where I said this movie has more fucking endings than Clue. And it's her from the future again, and she says, "Don't go to the initiation, or this will happen." She shows her vampire fangs, but then this time, Sam, the real Sam, has a cross and says,
Nice try, Natalia. Bitch!
And finally, and tragically, the movie is over.
Yeah. But I don't know why just touching Lorelai with a cross was enough to vaporize her. Why didn't they do
Well,
that
she was a
before?
weak vampire.
Oh, yeah, I guess she was weak at that point. Yeah,
Yeah.
I gotcha. Yeah. That last bit was crazy. I mean, it
I'm
was like,
tired from telling that story.
it was honestly like a wrestling match. It was 1, 2, oh no, Sting
Yeah.
kicks out, and she wakes
Yeah.
up again.
Yeah. Oh no, Sting just was in the ring, but now he's coming down from the rafters. How
Again.
did they do that?
Oh no, the white-faced NWO Sting is being talked to by the red-faced NWO Sting, the Wolfpack Sting, and he's telling him not to go to the match tonight because he'll get in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this I can certainly say was the most fun I've ever had watching a movie and reviewing a movie. So you tell me, Ben, what did you think of time traveling vampire time travelers?
I will tell you, Jeff, that I found the puns infuriating. I
Mhm.
found the jump cuts very difficult to follow. I found punctuating every line, not even every joke, every line with a wow or a wah or a bum bum drove me nuts. But watching you review the movie and get so excited about it really turned my crank, and I rated it 10 out of 10.
Oh, whoa. It's here to
Now,
turn that
Jeff,
crank.
what did you think about this movie?
Well, let's see. What does this movie have going for it? Everything you hated about it, I loved. Everything my wife hated about it, I loved. It had cute humor. You know me, like I love killer clowns. I
Yeah.
love, as much as I love dirty up shit, my true passion is the the unoffensive cute stuff that hits. I mean, it had just bad jokes, bad puns, terrible dialogue, but I was engaged every second of the way. And this is my truest and most sincere 10 out of 10 I could ever give a movie on this show.
Fantastic. Now we do this, because this is what we do when we give it 10 out of 10, both of us. Hooray! Thank you, Damian Casey, for
Yes.
sending us that infuriatingly wonderful movie.
Thank you, Damian Casey, for sending me the greatest movie I've ever seen in my life.
Now we're going to have to find something that's even better, and that'll be a tall order, let me tell you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, folks, that brings us to the end of our episode about vampire time travelers. I hope you enjoyed it. We enjoyed it. Jeff certainly enjoyed it. I enjoyed it too. I had fun with it as well. Now, let me tell you that if you click that subscribe button at the bottom, you can subscribe to both of our channels at the same time. Takes exactly 1 second to click both of our names and hit subscribe on it. You can see more fun stuff like this. We make jokes. We like to make our friends laugh. So that's what we like to do. And subscribing is absolutely free. Doesn't cost you 1 penny. So please do it. Come back next week. See us talking about another fun movie. And we'll see you next time.